Hey, it's Rick here, and today I'm going to be showing you an aluminum bumper for your iPhone 5 that comes to us from Esoterism. This is called the Moat 5, and I've got it in Snowy Frost. Now, it is available in a couple of other colors as well. I also have a optional back plate for it. This is called Phantom Gray, and it feels almost like... the best way I can describe it feels like a teddy bear material, if that makes sense, like a stuffed animal material. So it's super soft, and I like the feel of that quite a bit. Now, this does require you to use a little hex wrench to basically unscrew it here, as well as right up here, and then put it on your iPhone 5. I'm going to do that off camera, and I'll come back and show it to you. I will mention, though, that they do include 2 extra screws in case you lose them inside of the package, so that's pretty nice. And the other thing I'm going to show you is all inside of here, it's got these rubber inserts that will help with the installation, make it a little bit softer. You don't have to worry about it scratching up your iPhone. I'm not so sure it's going to do so much for reception, because I will tell you, I've tested this for quite some time now, and unfortunately my reception, especially on LTE, does take a hit. So I'm going to step away for a minute, I'm going to install it, I'm going to show it to you when we come right back. Now, real quick, if you want to see it taken apart, there's the 2 small screws, and this is what it's going to look like when it's taken apart. I'm going to pop the iPhone 5 into it, and then simply just put those 2 screws back in place, and we'll come back and show it to you. So the bumper is completely installed on the iPhone 5. I also put the back plate on here, and I will take this off in a moment to show you what it looks like without. Remember, this is optional, but in this case, you can see what it looks like. Real nice feel to it. I certainly like the way that feels. You can see there's some Esoterism company branding there. And I'll mention that with the back plate, it does not impact your flash. So when the flash fires and you're taking photos in dark scenarios, maybe a video as well, it's not going to give you whiteout or washout in your photos or your videos. Along this side of the bumper, you can see your buttons. It is a bit recessed, so when you press those, you are going to feel the case. There is your switch for mute. That's easy to get to. There's no problem with that. And then up along the top, you actually have a couple of holes here for maybe a small lanyard, or you can put a wrist strap or something like that there. And then we've got our power button, or our sleep awake button, which I like how they've executed on this. It's like a brushed green aluminum, and it works exceptionally well with a great level of tactile feedback. Along the side, you can see some Moat branding, and there is your SIM card access. So you don't have to take this bumper off to get to the SIM. Down below, this is what it's going to look like. I will make mention, if you've got an oversized headphone connector, it's probably not going to work. I know mine didn't. I did try a standard headphone jack. That works fine. A standard headphone L-shaped jack will work fine as well. But insofar as using an oversized one, you're potentially going to run into issues there. I did. Right up along the front, you do get a small level to lay on the table design, so the case is going to come up just a little bit above that screen, but it will also work with screen protectors because it doesn't go over the screen. Now, the thing about this bumper, I'll say it right now, it's just like any other aluminum bumper that I've tried. It does impact the reception of the phone. So I have yet to try an aluminum bumper that doesn't. And in this case, I've seen fluctuation to where I drop a bar here in the house sometimes. Right now, it's not necessarily doing it, but it does tend to do that at times. And I've also noticed that if I go out in an area where my LTE signal is not very strong, with this bumper, I actually lose my LTE signal. So it's no worse, and you can see it just dropped right there. It's no worse than any other aluminum bumper that I've tried, but it is definitely worth calling out that you're not going to get around that issue on this particular one. Now, I told you I'd peel this off, and I'll do that for you now. You just want to do it slowly. And again, it uses a silicone material, so you can, as long as you're careful, remove it pretty easily. No sticky residue. And this is what it's going to look like without that back plate. So real nice look to it. I would probably use it on a daily basis if it didn't impact my reception. Unfortunately, I live in an area where sometimes I get little reception as it is. And with the bumper, it's just too big of a hit for me. Otherwise, the Moat 5 by Esoteric Esoterism, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It's about the same that I've given other aluminum bumpers. I knock them down for the reception, but I'm not going to slam it because it really depends, again, upon what type of area you live in and if the reception is really going to be impacted that badly for you. If you guys have questions, comments, or feedback, as always, please feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Take care, everybody, and have fun.